treated us like shit. I hate to tell you guys, it was not a pleasant experience. Sleep deprived, food deprived, alcohol driven, overworked. Went to bed.
The first update we have today is a significant accusation made by Kenley Collins. She's a former contestant on Project Runway, and it's against Andy Cohen. In this deep dive, we'll be talking about her recent claims and, well, the broader context surrounding them. It's definitely a story with a few layers, and we're going to try and unpack it for you. So just to set the scene a bit, Kenley Collins, right, designer, Project Runway Season 5. The show was produced by the Weinstein Company back then, and Andy Cohen was an executive producer between about 2004 and 2008, I think.
Yeah, that's the time frame.
And she's now publicly leveled some, well, very serious accusations against him.
And what's really striking here is just how direct she is. Like, in these Instagram videos, she didn't hold back at all. She flat out called Andy Cohen a predator. Right. And she went even further, saying that, you know, in her opinion, he was actually worse than Harvey Weinstein on that set. She specifically claimed he would proposition designers to have a threesome. And apparently she privately called him the gay Weinstein. It evokes a really very specific and a pretty disturbing picture of the alleged behavior back then.
And it seems like her claims aren't totally in a vacuum either. She quickly connected them to other legal things Andy Cohen has faced, specifically mentioned NeNe Leakes' previous lawsuit, the one accusing him of helping create a hostile work environment.
Okay, right.
And Collins didn't stop there. She actually called him a racist predator in her videos. That's a really loaded accusation, hitting on multiple things.
It is. And when you hear claims like this, the next thought is often, okay, how are these things even looked into? What happened with past allegations?
Exactly.
And it's important context because remember back in May 2024, a Bravo spokesperson actually addressed similar claims from Brandi Glanville and Leah McSweeney.
Oh, right. What did they say?
They stated that an outside investigation had looked into those allegations against Cohen and found them to be unsubstantiated.
Unsubstantiated. That's an interesting word there. It kind of means they didn't find proof, right? But not necessarily that it didn't happen.
Pretty much, yeah. Lack of sufficient evidence is usually how it's interpreted.
But then Leah McSweeney's lawyer, Gary Edelman, he pushed back on that investigation, didn't he?
He did. He publicly questioned how thorough it really was.
How so?
He stated pretty clearly that as far as they knew, nobody from his firm was even contacted for that investigation.
Well, that certainly raises some questions about the whole process, you know, the scope of it.
Absolutely. And this really illustrates just how complicated these situations can get in the entertainment industry. There are layers upon layers. And Collins herself, she's made it very clear she isn't finished. She said, and this is a quote, "I'm not stopping. There is more to come."
Okay, so she's signaling more revelations.
It seems like it. And as of right now, there's been no public comment from Andy Cohen about these specific accusations from Kenley Collins.
So this isn't really a closed book. It feels very much like an ongoing situation.
Definitely ongoing. And it has potentially significant implications for everyone involved.
21st season of Project Runway, I guess tonight or tomorrow, I don't know, that shit is showing up on my feed and I'm just like, ugh. Because I can't stand those producers. They treated us like shit. I hate to tell you guys, it was not a pleasant experience. Sleep deprived, food deprived, alcohol driven, overworked. Went to bed at 3 a.m. and woke up at 6 a.m. The producer was Harvey Weinstein. All the producers were like him, mean and entitled. I remember being locked in a room for 6 hours. No electric. It was so hot working in a sweatshop. I didn't get a fucking dime. They contacted me in 2022, season 20. Project Runway inquiry. It's like, really? Inquiry? Asking me to be back on the show? You ignored me when I asked you, where's my original contract? They said, we don't have that because you weren't on the original Bravo season. Like, fuck off. We're going there? Oh, the Weinstein Company has that. You are fucking Weinstein Company. You all worked together. I signed a contract with all of you as a whole. I did not sign on, at 24 years old, to streaming networks selling my season 200 times over for $200 million. That wasn't a thing back then. It just seems so wrong. And then you're gonna pretend you don't know who I fucking am? Hi, I'm Kenley Collins. I was known for my vintage reproduction designs. Remember? I made it to the finals in both seasons, fucking all-stars that you made me do. You've been threatening me for 10 years, 10 plus years to do shit, taking things away from me that I cannot do because I belong to, quote, Project Runway. You threatened me me constantly. You said, we made you, we can break you, and you know who the fuck you are. Heidi was right there alongside of Harvey Weinstein producing the show. I see Heidi and Christian like, we're back. You're lucky you're fucking back. I can't believe the shit that you guys get away with. They're as fake as the hair on their head. Who's coming for me? Let's go. Harvey wants to meet you in the hotel room. I ran. I mean, now on Disney Plus and Hulu. Fuck Hulu. Fuck Bravo. Fuck the producer. Fuck the Weinstein Company, who's gonna die in prison for his abuse of power. Still don't get it. Harvey tells my agent, I didn't have anything to do with it. I discovered her. Why? Well, you're not paying us. Why aren't you paying? If the attorneys can't do anything about it, then I will. I'm correct next time. Barbara, after Weinstein got sentenced, you took a different approach. Did it work? No, it didn't. And your subject title and your email is Project Runway Inquiry? I guarantee Harvey's still pulling strings in prison. I'm still scared to post this. I couldn't even talk. More freedom in jail. At least I can talk to people. At least they fed me. Play with me.
Next update we have about another Real Housewives of Orange County star making big demands for her future on the show.
Let me guess. Tamra Judge. She's definitely a master strategist when it comes to RHOC.
Yeah.
This probably involves leveraging some old drama.
Bingo. Tamra said she'd have to reevaluate things if Gretchen Rossi comes back to RHOC next season.
Ooh, throwing down the gauntlet. What's her beef with Gretchen now?
She said, give me a break. Doesn't want to rehash stuff from 12, 15 years ago. Feels she should be the one with issues. And says Gretchen talks about her anytime there's a microphone nearby.
Calls it weird behavior.
Okay, so Tamra's drawing a line. It clearly demonstrates how those long-standing grudges become strategic bargaining chips. She's setting terms for her continued participation.
And she teased an explosive season 19 finale. Mentioned that trailer moment where Gretchen yells at Heather Dubrow. Tamra thinks that's a deal breaker for both her and Heather.
A deal breaker, high stakes.
Yeah, Tamra hinted the finale ends in a very, very dark place involving something she's kind of known about for a long time. And get this.
What?
She confirmed she was the architect of that moment. She brought the info to the table.
The architect. Wow. She's not even hiding it. She also talked about that lie detector test from the premiere, her first event back after quitting. Said Katie Ginella was scared. Shannon Beador and Gretchen weren't happy. Admitted it was not fun for Katie.
Doesn't sound fun for anyone, honestly.
And she couldn't resist shading Katie again. Post about getting flowers from Katie backstage at WWHL just to stir the pot, and then shaded Katie for being caught in proven lies.
Tamra stirring the pot. Shocker. Classic moves. Next update, we have about a former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star dishing on how the show really works and her future.
Ooh, an insider's perspective. Teddi Mellencamp. She usually has some interesting takes. This should illuminate some of the mechanics behind the scenes.
Definitely. On Jamie Kern-Lima's podcast, Teddi broke down what she sees as the 3 types of housewives.
Okay, I'm listening.
You've got the funny ones, the worker bees who drive the drama, and the forward thinkers who create a storyline to stay clean or avoid being hated.
Ah, the storyline creators. Interesting.
And she says that strategy only works for like 2 seasons before people catch on. She feels some cast understand the assignment and want a good show, others not so much. That's a pretty sharp analysis.
She also talked about the money being addictive.
Yeah.
Said the longer you're on, the more you make, confirming standard rates for veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And importantly, she confirmed all first-season housewives get paid the same standard rate, debunking those multi-million-dollar starting salary rumors.
Good to know. That structure definitely incentivizes sticking around and, well, making good TD, doesn't it? It connects the cash to the chaos sometimes.
But even with the money, Teddi said she won't return to RHOBH right now. Because of her ongoing cancer battle, she just doesn't have the bandwidth.
Understandable. That's incredibly tough.
Yeah, she doesn't want to seem dishonest if she can't fully participate or have the cast get the heat because of her health. She's open to other TV later, just not Housewives for now. She did give a really sweet shout out to Kyle Richards, though. Called her an incredible friend through it all.
That's nice to hear.
Said Kyle brings laughter, helps with her kids, was there in the hospital, even brought her favorite tacos. Small things meaning a lot.
Oh.
Teddi also shared her biggest fear, besides health stuff, is feeling alone, even with support. And dating-wise, taking a break after the Raya dating app rejected her.
Rejected by Raya?
Yeah, she mentioned Erica Jane got rejected too. Wondered if they're too controversial or too old.
Huh.
And finally, on her podcast, 2 Teas in a Pod with Tamra Judge, she basically said their job is to be a little shady, be a little funny, say ridiculous things, and not worry too much about offending people.
Embracing the podcast persona. Got it.
Next update we have about a former Real Housewives of New York City alum stirring up old feuds. Luann de Lesseps was on Jeff Lewis Live talking about Carole Radziwill. This was after Carole made up with Andy Cohen and was on Watch What Happens Live.
Okay, setting the scene. What did Luann say?
Luann said she still has issues with Carole because, quote, she's not really that truthful about certain things.
Oof. Still holding on to that.
And then she dropped this. Aviva Drescher was correct.
No. The ghostwriter accusation from years ago.
Yep. Referencing Aviva suggesting Carole used a ghostwriter for her memoir, What Remains, Luann basically said she doesn't care about fixing things with Carole. Carole is Carole. I don't have a relationship with her. I never really did.
Wow. Resurrecting that old ghostwriter claim really illustrates how deep the animosity runs. And the I don't care dismissal, classic Luann, but it signals the feud is definitely not over in her mind.
Seems like it. And remember, when Carole was on WWRHL, she named Dorit Medley and Heather Thompson as people she still talks to. No mention of Luann.
So the feeling's mutual then. That rivalry endures.
Next update, we have about a dramatic reunion for the Valley that unpacks accusations, betrayals, and even legal terms.
Oh boy, the Valley reunion. Those always seem intense. It sounds like this one really synthesized all the conflicts and interpersonal chaos of the season.
You could say that. First up, Kristen Doty accused Janet Caperna of developing a malicious alter ego just for the cameras. Nia Bucco backed Kristen up, saying Janet lied about not knowing them before filming.
The alter ego accusation. That really speaks to the authenticity question that always hangs over these shows, doesn't it? Is this real or a performance?
Then, the Janet versus Danny Bucco stuff. Janet claimed Danny's been inappropriate, made women uncomfortable. Michelle Lally confirmed Brittany Cartwright felt that way. And Brittany admitted Danny gets flirty after drinking.
Right.
Danny denied a drinking problem, but Jason Caperna kind of threw everyone under the bus, suggesting everyone on stage has one.
Yikes. That depicts the messy reality when alcohol and complicated social dynamics collide on camera. It's hard to know whose version is accurate.
And the whack ring rumor about Janet and Jason's wedding rings, Jasmine Goode denied starting it. Andy Cohen questioned why they got matching tattoos if they hated it. Kristen Doty said the rumor made them relevant.
The relevancy factor. It demonstrates how even negative attention can be spun into a storyline. Getting tattoos related to the rumor, that does seem like leaning in.
Jax Taylor's bar drama, too. It got rebranded Britt's Bar. He was upset. But Brittany reminded him she kept it going while he was in rehab.
Ouch.
Yeah, Brittany really let him have it, reminded him no one missed him during his 30 days in rehab, and his burner account being outed, he pretended not to care.
That dynamic between them is always something else. It depicts that raw, unfiltered tension from a relationship playing out very publicly.
But the heaviest part was Janet using the term sexual assault to describe Danny's actions towards Jasmine.
Oh, right. That was incredibly controversial.
Janet argued he put his hands on a woman without her consent. But Naya pointed out it had been addressed multiple times. Melissa told her to stop. Most of the cast felt Janet was being malicious, using that specific term.
Yeah, that's walking a very dangerous line. Using such a loaded legal term in what seemed like a personal dispute, it illustrates the potential for serious harm and raises major ethical questions about how these conflicts are handled on TV.
Definitely. The wrap-up sounded tense. Forced apologies, no real resolution for some, Zach unblocking Janet, Jax needing to prove himself, just a lot. Next, we are going to talk about some major revelations from Katie Ginella about her time on Real Housewives of Orange County.
Okay, yeah, Katie's perspective is always interesting.
First off, Katie Ginella says she is not planning on quitting RHOC.
Oh, okay, so she's pushing back on Gina Kirschenheiter's comments then.
Exactly. Gina said she might reconsider returning if Katie came back, but Katie told Decider she wants to return. She feels she hasn't been, afforded the chance for the women to really get to know her. And she described what she faced as bully behavior, said it was orchestrated by one person to kind of rile the whole group up to hate me.
Wow, bully behavior orchestrated by one person.
Yeah.
That's a really strong claim. It definitely suggests a deliberate campaign against. And then she called out Emily Simpson too, didn't she?
She did. Apparently at the season 18 finale, they all agreed kids were off limits.
Okay, a common reality show rule.
But then at the reunion, Emily brought up Katie's custody stuff, her legal battles. Katie was really clear, saying giving up custody was, quote, doing the right thing for my kids.
Yeah.
She felt Emily was just trying to paint me in a really bad light. It really brings to life how fast those agreements crumble.
Oh, absolutely. It illustrates that classic double standard, doesn't it? There are rules, but when tensions get high or someone wants an edge, boom, boundaries crossed.
Makes it feel pretty raw.
It does.
Then there's this whole blogger situation. Remember Tamra called Katie out for talking to one?
Vaguely, yeah. What was Katie's side?
Katie clarified that a blogger messaged her because Tamra was potentially suing this blogger, apparently over a post saying Tamra ran a blogger account herself.
Okay, juicy.
So Katie says she called the blogger just to advise her, like, take the post down for your mental health.
No.
But then Katie added she didn't know she would want 15 minutes of fame and come back later for it.
Okay, so a bit of shade thrown there at the end. It demonstrates how messy it gets when outside media gets tangled up in the cast drama.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And the recording incident, Tamra accused Katie of secretly recording Shannon Beador.
Right, with a voice memo and showing it to Alexis Bellina.
Yes. Katie confirmed it was a voice memo, not video, said it happened at a gallery shoot. Shannon was apparently yelling and screaming on speakerphone during Katie's business Zoom call.
Oh, wow. Disruptive.
Yeah, so Katie voice noted her husband basically saying, "You won't believe this noise."
So an impulsive thing in the moment. But it got weaponized later.
And Katie fired back with hypocrisy claims, mentioned Kelly Dodd saying Shannon and Heather recorded her, and that old Tamra Bud dial that got aired.
Right, bringing up past incidents. Classic deflection tactic, maybe.
Maybe. Katie feels she's taking the heat for Shannon's history with her ex John and Alexis. And to top it off, a cryptic tease. An unnamed co-star was kind, and she said you should Google an unfamiliar face later this season.
Ooh, intriguing. Homework for the viewers.
Next update we has about a Vanderpump Rules star looking for a new reality TV home and a big health update. Lala Kent obviously fired with the rest of the Pump Rules cast after season 11. Well, rumors flew about her joining the Valley.
I heard that, especially with Jax leaving the Valley.
But Lala actually said on Amazon Live her preference is Southern Charm.
Oh, why Southern Charm?
She said it's the closest thing to Vanderpump Rules, feels very real and honest and easy, and she likes that the cast genuinely hangs out off camera.
That's interesting insight. It speaks to her trying to find a similar dynamic, maybe, even though she admits she has no connection to Charleston.
Right. But she has DM'd with Craig, Austin, and Madison LaCroix, so laying groundwork.
Could be. It definitely demonstrates a strategic approach to her next career move, looking for the right fit, the right brand.
She's even open to Summer House with Tom Schwartz. Said, from your lips to Bravo's ears, that would be so fun.
Huh. Keeping all doors open.
And she gave props to Paige DeSorbo for leaving Summer House, calling her iconic and a boss chick.
Smart networking, maybe, but it really shows that blend of, calculated career moves and then the really personal stuff.
Speaking of personal, she gave a major health update. She finished her third and final round of topical chemo drops for her eye pre-cancer.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
Yeah, she said her doctor was thrilled and cleared her. She has follow-ups, but she expressed just an overwhelming amount of gratitude and just happiness and peace.
That's wonderful. It really highlights the person behind the persona, doesn't it? Facing real, serious health scares. It evokes a lot of empathy, I think.
Absolutely. Next update we have about former castmates supporting each other, even when they've dated the same person.
Oh, this is a nice change of pace. Usually it's the opposite. This sounds refreshing.
It really is. So Paige DeSorbo from Summer House commented gorgeous on a photo Naomie Olindo from Southern Charm posted.
Okay.
It was Naomie with her new boyfriend, Billy Hare, in Jamaica. And the kicker, both Paige and Naomie dated Craig Conover.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that is refreshing. Good for Paige.
Right. Fans loved it. Lots of women supporting women comments. Someone even joked about a trauma bond.
Huh. Well, regardless of the reason, it illustrates that genuine connections can totally exist, even with complicated romantic histories. It's a moment of maturity, really.
Totally. Naomie just went public with Billy, who used to be married to model Brooks Nader back in April.
Right.
And she said they met because friends set them up. Her advice was, listen to your friends even if you don't want to. They know you better than you think.
Good advice. And it just reinforces the idea that, despite the reality TV setting, these are real relationships forming in relatable ways.
Next update we have about a Southern Charm alum who might have shared a bit too much after a night out.
Uh-oh.
Jarrett J.T. Thomas, who quit Southern Charm last November, posted some, let's say, risque pics on his Instagram story.
Oh boy. What happened?
He said he'd had half a bottle of wine alone in a D.C. hotel. First pic was shirtless in bed.
Okay.
Caption was, the bravery one feels alone, half a bottle of wine deep in a hotel far away from home. I know you all get it. Plus the hashtag shame is a flaw.
Shame is a flaw.
Interesting statement. It definitely illustrates that vulnerability or maybe defiance people feel online. But wine-fueled bravery can be risky.
Tell me about it. The second pic was apparently him nude in the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Captioned, "Last one night, sorry mom and fam, lol." Then later, a video saying, "I'm canceling myself. Good night." Canceling myself.
That's proactive, I guess. It's fascinating how public figures try to control the narrative, even when admitting a potential misstep. It shows how ingrained that self-monitoring becomes.
For sure. And remember his relationship drama from season 10 with Vanita Aspen and Ollie Peerless. That caused tension, too.
Yeah.
Seems like he courts controversy sometimes.
Next update we have about another The Valley star calling out a Bachelor alum for what she calls clout chasing.
Okay, more fallout.
Jasmine Goode from The Valley slammed Nick Viall, the Bachelor alum, calling him a clout chaser.
Why? What did Nick say?
On his podcast, Nick talked about feeling uncomfortable and still triggered by a moment from his Bachelor season back in 2017. Jasmine had pretended to choke him when she didn't get a date.
Wow, bring that up years later.
Okay,
I can see why Jasmine might call that clout chasing.
Yeah, Jasmine pointed out she'd been on his podcast since then. They joked about it, said she didn't actually touch him. It was gesturing, explained it was her New Jersey way of expressing being upset, like saying, I could choke you right now.
Interesting defense. Providing cultural context. It evokes that whole debate about intent versus impact and how past moments get reinterpreted.
She also talked more about Danny Bucco, said she was triggered when he was inappropriate with her and her fiancée Melissa at that Halloween party.
Right, the incident that led to the sexual assault comment later.
Danny had texted an apology and said sorry to Melissa at another party, but Jasmine didn't feel it was genuine. She explained why she needed a second apology directly from him, said, I needed him to understand. If you want a friendship with me, I want you to understand this is what you did to me and how it made me feel.
That really brings to life the importance of a sincere apology, doesn't it? Not just going through the motions, but actual understanding and acknowledgement. It's crucial for repairing trust.
And for our final update today, we're going to a story about family estrangement and a shocking settlement.
Oh, the Chrisleys. Their story is just unbelievable. This definitely depicts the devastating intersection of family, fame, legal troubles, and betrayal.
For sure. Todd and Julie Chrisley are out of prison, and their new reality show, The Chrisleys. Back to Reality premieres September 1st on Lifetime.
Wow, jumping right back into it. That sets the scene for some intense viewing.
Todd went on Condi Burrus's podcast and talked about the fallout with his daughter, Lindsie Chrisley.
Okay, this is going to be heavy.
Todd claims Lindsie helped to start the whole FBI investigation that led to their conviction.
What? Seriously?
He explained it started when Lindsie got demoted on Chrisley Knows Best. Apparently because she lived in Atlanta, they were in Nashville, and she didn't want her marriage shown. Network wanted to cut her travel childcare budget. Lindsie then threatened to sue the production company. Todd said that basically guarantees they won't call you back.
Okay, so professional conflict brewing. But how does that connect to the FBI?
Todd claims they found out Lindsie was working with a guy named Josh Waits from the Georgia Department of Revenue, a guy who got fired later.
Working with him how?
And here's the bombshell. Todd revealed the Georgia Department of Revenue paid him and Julie a $1 million settlement. He says this confirmed Lindsie was giving him information about the family.
$1 million settlement. Confirming she gave information. That is staggering. It demonstrates the sheer scale of the betrayal he's alleging. Just devastating.
Todd sounded heartbroken. Said, I don't know that that pain will ever go away. You just learn to live with it.
I can only imagine. The emotional toll must be immense.
He said Lindsie denied it when he confronted her, but they got confirmation after the indictment, government info, emails between her and the FBI. He doesn't communicate with her now.
Wow. Confirmation via emails with the FBI. That solidifies the whole thing.
He ended by saying he prays for God to take away his bitterness and anger and to bless her because he loves her son.